Come on then. Hello, Gooners. Hello, football fans, and welcome along to the Big Sunday Show. Tonight, it's going to be a bit different. We can't do the quiz because Paul, the Bray, has been called away to work. So there's no quiz tonight, I'm afraid. It's just me and Richard having a chat about yesterday's game and looking forward to the Palace game. But as you know, I'm Des the Enforcer, and with me, the best lad on YouTube, wears the best T-shirts, comes up with the best names, and you know who he is, Statman Rich. How you doing, mate?
I'm brilliant, and just as you've plugged it, see, alpha male, unicorns.
Yeah.
just in case you need it, dildo.
Only you could get away with it. Only you, mate.
I've got people. They'd embarrass me. I quite happy wear that in public.
I'm sure you would. I don't doubt it in the slightest. Right, before we crack on, let's get the housework out of the way. If wherever you're watching us from, YouTube, Facebook, give us a like, a share, and subscribe. That'd be brilliant. Help us with the algorithm. Thumbs up. You know, there's links in the description for In the North Bank, Two Old Gunners, Gunner Richy, Ashburton Grove, which is Mark's channel with his with the lads that help him out with that. And go and share some love, guys, and give them a like, a sub, and do whatever you got to do. It only takes a second, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. The quiz will hopefully be back next week. That's up to Paul, but hopefully it will be back next week. And yeah, well, let's start on about the Everton game. Rich, where do you want to start, mate?
Shall we start from the very beginning?
Let's do it. Go for it.
Lineup, I think. Happy with it? Were you happy with it?
I was happy with it. I'm just going to go back to the lineup because just so I can read it out to people. So where is it? It's here somewhere. We've had a bit of a chat since then. Right, I've got it. Right, before I do the lineup, mate, I'm just going to say good evening to Emerson because he's put a message in the chat. So evening, Emerson. Thank you, mate, for being there as always. Thanks a lot. Right, so the lineup for yesterday was this: Raya, Timber, Saliba, Hencape, Calafiori. I was happy with that back four. I've got to be honest, mate.
Yeah.
Zubimendi, midfield of Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka. No, not Saka. Rice, Odegaard. That started well as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was a bit of contention online whether you drop Zubimendi for that and have Eza in there because Zubamendi's played a lot of minutes so far this season and not had much rest. Yeah,
and then up front we had, let me do it properly this time, up front we had Saka, Trossard and Gyökeres. I was happy with that, to be honest. The subs were, excuse me, were Kepa, Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Marino, Enweri, Eze, Madueke, Martinelli and Jesus. And that's a strong bench.
Yeah, very strong bench, isn't it?
Yeah. So we were doing the watch along as we always do, mate, and we were enjoying it, weren't we? But
yeah,
to be honest, I mean, when the whistle went, we didn't find our rhythm too quickly, did we? For the first 15, 20 minutes, would you say?
I thought we were in an arm wrestle, but we still controlled the game in the sense that we weren't allowing them to get shot anything threatening on our goal and threaten us really, but it was sort of trying to wrestle that control and get silence that Everton crowd.
Yeah, we were moving the ball well. We would just not get for the first 20 minutes, but we weren't getting any end product, were we?
Yeah, well, as I said, we were struggling offensively, but a lot of that is possibly down to the fact that we were trying not to let what happened at Aston Villa happen here.
Hold on, mate. before we go on, big up the Mark. Thanks for joining us, mate. I've plugged your Ashburton Grove, mate, and the link is in the description. Your link will be in every video now, so people can sub to you, mate, and send you some love and get your subs up. And also, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Sorry, go ahead, Rich. So I apologise.
Yeah, so it was that first 15, 20 minutes was a real arm wrestle, and we sort of had to just gain control and a bit of rhythm.
Yeah, I agree. Mark, if you want to come on, mate, I'll get Rich to send you the link if you want to come on. Appreciate it. You're more than welcome, Des. We're going to plug you every show now, mate, because as you say, you're part of in the North Bank, and if we can help your channel, we'll help your guys grow. We'll do whatever we can. Do you know what I mean? Plus, if you wanted to come on, it'd be good to know what you thought of the game as well, mate. If you want to come on, just put it in chat, and I'll get Richard to send you the link. All right. Right, so where were we? Yeah, first 15 minutes. It was end to end, wasn't it? But Everton never seemed to get a shot on goal or anything, did they, mate?
No, and as I said, we were controlling it, and we were keeping them at arm's length, but we were struggling to find any sort of offensive potency. Saka was being doubled up on, and he was struggling against Grealish and Mikalenko. But from about 20 minutes on, we started to just to apply that pressure, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We turned the screw a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Declan had a better game, I thought. What were your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah. What I thought was, that he's over that illness and he's back to what we know he can do.
Yeah. Just before we crack on, mate, Ange is in the chat. Good evening, Ange. Evening. Just quick hello and hit the like. Thanks. Do as Ange says, guys. You don't want to get on the wrong side of Ange. Right. So
well, that's a different story.
Yeah. That is
unicorns.
Yeah. No bother. Right. So who shone for you in the first 15 minutes, mate?
Probably Timber.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The man is a machine. He's an absolute machine, and he's not scared to go forward at every opportunity.
Yeah, for me, Jack Grealish at Everton has been the sort of Jack Grealish you saw at Aston Villa, and he's a menace going forward, and he's one of their big threats, and he kept him quiet, and I don't think he lost too many duels against Grealish, to be honest. I'll double check to see, because I can see how many duels he had and how many he lost. He had one shot, one chance created.
Mm-hmm.
They missed one big chance. One successful dribble. Accurate crosses. He was dispossessed once. He made 3 tackles, 1 last man tackle. He was dribbled past once. He won 4 out of 7 ground duels, 57%. He didn't win. He had 1 aerial duel, but he didn't win that. But he's probably the smallest in the back there, and he committed 1 foul. So he won over half of these ground duels, and he got dribbled past once in the match, in the 90-minute match. So
right, so I'm just going to quickly jump in the chat again, mate, and we'll carry on about Timber in a second, because something that Mark has said in a second. So don't worry. Didn't watch the game, but hey, and win 3 massive points. Totally, mate. And we'll talk about that in a minute because it's drove me a little bit mental, I've got to be honest. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Compared to Wolves game, Declan was brilliant. He was, mate. I totally agree, 100%.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with this one as well at the moment. I've got 100%. Mark is spitting facts. Timber equals best right back in the world.
Yeah.
At the moment,
there's not many. There's not going to be many in the world better than him on recent form. And if I'd be hard pressed to name them. I mean, you're possibly looking at PSG Hakimi, but
go on, mate. Go on. Sorry,
but that's about it, isn't it?
I mean, he's in the conversation for top 3 at least, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He's if he's not the best, he's in that top 2 or 3 in the world, definitely.
He's so hard to get the ball off as well.
Yeah,
isn't he? I mean,
he's hard to beat when you go to get past. He's strong in the tackle and he's good going forward.
Yeah, again, Mark's spitting facts here as well, but I think he's strong enough, Mark, just to answer what you're saying, mate. My worry for Timber is he has to play every game until White is back, which he does.
Very possibly, but if Mosquera's back before then, Mosquera could deputise, very possibly.
That is a possibility, but how long is Mosquera going to be out for? That's the thing, isn't it? Do we actually know? Is he given a time?
Quite easy. Give me 30 seconds.
While Richard's looking up that, guys, I mean, we're going to talk about the whole back 4 actually, because they all did something yesterday. Henkape will go on to next. Give us your thoughts about Henkape in the chat, guys. Let me know what you think of the guy. To me, he's strong. He's a little bit raw, can be a little bit raw, but he's strong and he could be made into a really, really good Arsenal player. Do you agree, Rich?
Yeah, he's you got to remember he's coming to a new league. He's not going to be Gabriel type player because he's not. He hasn't had for years here. And he's got to learn the league, and he hasn't had that many games. He was injured. Then Gabriel was there, and he was playing a couple of games here and there at left back, and then Gabriel's got injured, and he's gone into that position. So it's not as if he's been playing there for season upon season. So he'll get better as he goes. A look at Kivior.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, third of the first is the expected return date.
3rd of the 1st. All right, it's not that long then.
No.
So, Andrew's away. Have a great show and catch up soon. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Andrew, to you and Effie.
Well.
Enjoy your Christmas.
Let me just see what Mark's saying here because he's written quite a big bit, so we'll put that on there for you. Henkape is coming in for stick, and I think it's unfair. Totally agree. He has been solid, and Arsenal.
Yeah, he's solid, but again, if you're looking at the back 4, your passer of the ball is Saliba. So if you're expecting him to be skillful with his passes and you've got to be fair, and you've got to remember as well context of the game yesterday. We entered that field knowing we were behind City.
Yeah, but on the end of this comment, and I think Mark's right. Sorry, Mark, I'm agreeing with a lot of stuff you're saying, mate, but you're talking truth, right? Arsenal fans are using Gabriel as a benchmark for him, and I think that's correct, and that just puts pressure on the kid. Puts pressure on him.
I think what you should be doing is using Kivior as the benchmark, because he was the backup, and have a look around how many other second or third choice centre backs are at that level.
No, yeah,
in this league.
And look how good Kivior. We wanted Kivior to stay in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I totally agree. So Russ is with us. Good evening, Russ. Evening, chaps.
Evening, Russ.
Good to see you, mate. Been a while, but good that you're here. Right. So where are we? Hencape. Yeah. As I said, I think he's like a jigsaw. He's like a jigsaw piece. It feels like, and I feel a bit like this with Mascara as well. I know he wasn't playing yesterday, but I'm just giving it like a comparison. They're like jigsaw pieces. It's as if you can fit them in anytime and any way you want in the back four, which I think is great. I don't know what chat think. That's what I think.
Yeah. So the site I use for my stats has rated him as a 7.7.
Right.
So that makes him a joint seventh best player on the pitch.
Okay.
But by this site standard.
Okay.
So that tells you what sort of game he had.
We're going to have to move on to Saliba now. I think we'll leave Calafiori till after Saliba. Saliba yesterday was silky smooth again. Made the odd mistake, but when he made a mistake, he made up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I still think there's something missing from his game at the moment.
It's called Gabriel, mate.
He hasn't looked as assured and he calm. Maybe that's just coming back from injury and getting that fluency into his body. But
yeah, it's a bit of that as well. But I think he is missing Gabriel.
He hasn't had his usually solid sort of game in, game out, but he's had a period where he's looked a little shaky, and that could be just a loss of form. Again, illness, injury, and bits and pieces. But I want to get back to that imperious sort of Saliba towards we saw sort of in parts last season where he didn't know anything. He was quick to the ball, didn't look flustered, and you saw better. Yeah, somebody's obviously cooking in the kitchen.
Okay, no problem.
Probably burning toast or just cooking. It's so sensitive.
Yeah, I know. I was on the phone to you the other day and it was going off, wasn't it?
You only got to blow it and it has an orgasm.
Back to Saliba. Is Richard's house on fire? Mark's asking. No, someone's just having
something's on fire, but that's a chili con carne from yesterday.
Someone's just having I think someone's just having a slice of toast, mate. No, going back to Saliba though, he was smooth yesterday. He did make the odd mistake, but as I say, when he made a mistake, he made up for it. And I think Saliba does do that. And what you said's true, Rich, but I do think he is missing Gabriel because end of the day, if that's your regular partner and you know that if it gets past you, it's not going to get past him.
Yeah. But Gabriel, yeah. But on the other hand, Gabriel's seems to be better all the same when Saliba's out. There doesn't seem to be a drop off in his performance level.
No, I get you. Is it true that he's also back in training? I've heard a rumour that he's back in training. So
he should be back for Aston Villa as the hope.
Oh, that's good. That would be good. That would be great. We need. I mean, don't get me wrong. The lads that have had to step in have done a great job. Do you know what I mean? But right, we have to go on about Calafiori now, mate. And I said it to you in the watch along yesterday, I think, and I'm going to repeat it. I feel sorry for Lewis Skelly because Calafiori has totally made that his position this season, hasn't he? It's going to be very hard for Lewis Skelly to take it off him. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know what you think about that. Am I talking absolute twaddle or am I actually making some sense? For me, he's sort of like clamped down that left back position. What do you think, Richie?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, his first season, he was. You've got to think he was injured, and he was plagued by injuries, wasn't he? And this season he's been reasonably fit, and I think I think he's only missed the one for going through suspension, and I don't think he's missed many other than that through injury. So he's fitter. He's been able to get a rhythm up, and he's playing to a really high level.
For me, he's getting like Timber. He's not scared to go forward.
No, but and he, as I said, he offers something slightly different, because I think he's probably got a better pass and technique. He wouldn't look out of place as a 10 maybe, because he's got that ability to find the ball, through ball.
Yeah, yeah. And he like Ben White and Timber. He loves to He likes the overlap.
Yeah, he'll overlap, he'll underlap, he'll be on the right hand side of the pitch. But
Yeah. Mark's come up with another one. Let's have a look. MLS is struggling to get back in. He has dropped to third choice behind Cali and Henkape. He is young and has time. Again,
yep,
very true. Very true.
it could be that he gets moved into midfield. But
yeah, I mean, he could play there, no bother, couldn't he? You know,
he is also one that we could sell if we want somebody in the January window.
I don't think I'd want to sell him, to be honest.
You might not want to sell him, but if you're looking to get players in, and you're looking at where you can make money on players, that's one player that would make you money.
Would that upset a few fans though if we sold him?
Oh well, I don't want him sold. I'm just saying that
It's just a possibility. It's a possibility.
Yeah, it's one that you can't dismiss. I mean, there is every possibility that he gets moved into a midfield area, but I think we are. I know we're interested in Baretti, a young Italian left back. So if that's the case, that suggests Skelly's future is either in midfield, or you're open to selling him if you get a right price.
Well, Mark's come up with another suggestion here, mate. I think if we sell, it's Ethan. He has no chance for minutes.
Yeah, very possibly, but again, they're working on him. They want him to learn that he's gone from right wing to 8, and he's got to learn that. And you've got to think you've got Odegaard there, and I would expect to see him probably against Crystal Palace.
But I can see where Mark's coming from, mate.
Yeah.
What do you think we'd get for Ethan? About 50 million? Or maybe more? Do you think we'd get more?
I don't think we'll get any more. 40 to 50 million, because of the amount of game time he's got, but he's got a high ceiling. So, but because of his game time, he might not. Let's have a look again what he's valued at. So, and that.
What, Mark?
And again, it's what a club's willing to play, though.
Of course, I know that. Mark, what do you think Ethan's worth, mate? All right, he says no chance, Rich, because we're in the quarters. So he reckons from the quarters onwards, Ethan won't get a look.
I think he will. I don't think we'll make wholesale changes, but I think that's one that he might look at and say, That's game time, and like the Kairat game as well in January.
He's also saying no way he gets minutes versus Palace, which I agree. I would agree as well.
Mm. See,
Des,
I
for me,
don't think.
he agrees with you on the price, mate. 40 to 50 million.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just filling the airtime, mate, while you're looking at what you're looking at. That's no
Yeah,
problem.
so I'm trying to get the transfer market up because that gives you a fair.
Do you think? All right, then let me put it another way. This question, while you're doing, have you found it?
Yeah, 40 million euros over there. They're saying.
Right. Okay. No problem.
But I'm putting an English tax on that and saying closer to 50 million euros.
Right. Okay. That's fine. So I'm going to twist the question a little bit. I'm going to flip it. You wouldn't want Ethan to go to a Premier League club, would you?
That's why you put an English tax on him, and it's only an English club that's going to pay over 40 million, isn't it?
All right. So if you wanted the 50, he's going to go to a Premier League club then.
Yeah, you'll get 40. You'll get 40 maybe from a Bayern or a Barca or.
Would you want him to go? Would you want him to go to a Premier? I asked the chat as well. That's an open question to the chat as well. Would you want him to go to a Premier League club, or do you want to sell him abroad? What would you do, Rich?
I'd like to keep him, but
Yes,
if you're going to sell him, you need a good price, and it's got to be bringing in a decent option on the left wing.
Yeah.
And that the options we Yildiz and Semenyo.
And Mark saying as well, which would make him the biggest sale, our biggest sale.
Yes,
and we'd actually be making a profit on one of the kids for a change. That's the positive from it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, as I said, we don't want that, but
no. But then we don't want the same old thing we usually do: the contract to run out, and then we not make any money. Do you know what I mean? He goes on a free, or So
well,
I know that's
just
a long
signed a new contract, so
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a long way away, but I'm just saying you don't want that, do you?
No.
I would prefer it was Europe. This is Mark again, by the way. He went, but I think a Chelsea would buy him.
I agree. I think Chelsea, Villa.
Yeah. Palace might even have a go for him.
Yeah.
Loan or sale, he says. That's another option, isn't it? The loan.
A loan is about you weaken your squad with nothing in return.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Unless you're going to loan somebody in.
Yeah, of course.
But
right. Go on, mate. Go on.
But that's quite a difficult thing to do sometimes.
Yeah. I know we've done the back four. We haven't done Raya. We better talk about Raya quickly, and then we'll move on to midfield. But Raya didn't really have anything to do yesterday, did he?
Mr. Reliable.
I mean, he's got the safest pair of hands in the league.
It's also the fact that it's not. There's nothing spectacular or fantastic. It's just steady Eddie, and you may need that.
Yeah, but that's what also gets you the Golden Glove, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, you just if you're steady and and unspectacular, that's fine in my book. I don't want anything flashy from my keeper. I just want you to be able to be do.
Right. Okay. 1 second, because Mark makes a good point again. We're going back. He says, however, you have Odegaard and Eze in front of him. He means, I'm sure he's on about Ethan still there. Right, Raya. Oh, come on, that's it. Raya, 9 clean sheets, and Brian loves him. Oh, come on, Brian.
Yeah, we know Brian loves him.
Yeah, we know Brian loves him. He does, doesn't he?
I think it's more that he doesn't like a keeper that plays like an outfield player. He'd rather his keeper just stay in the box and make saves and and kick
Yeah, but
from hand.
Rich, me and you know after watching so many watch-alongs, and I know Mark's watched many matches. This is how keepers are now. They're sweeper keepers. Simple
Yeah,
as.
he'd probably prefer Pickford.
Yeah. All right. Less said about that, the better.
than Raya.
Right. Okay. All right, Ian. So now we're going to move on to the midfield, and then we're going to talk about, once we've gone through the team, we are going to talk about the goal, obviously, and the other contentious things that happened. If there were many, I don't think there was many, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. Let's start with Zubimendi, mate. You go on about Zubimendi, and let's.
I love this player to bits. He is so underrated, and you could quite easily miss him in the game. It's quick, it's simple, it's understated, yet it's all about efficiency with what he does. It's get that ball, move it quick. You see him receive it in a tight space. It's away from him as soon as he receives it. He doesn't dally on the ball. He'll try a lot of through passes. He doesn't go in for a lot of tackles, but when he does, he normally wins it. And he is something different, and he's elevated our midfield.
No, I get that. I'm just going back to something that Mark's typed. Raya is that good that he sat on the bench versus Wolves and had a cup of tea.
Yeah, well, it did look like he was going to, didn't it? when he walked
Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, he walked towards the bench and had a chat with the coach, and then we went back and issued instructions to whoever was in front of him.
And then he's just get back onto Zubi. I love Zubi. He is the signing of the summer in the Premier League. Yeah, and it should have been Rodrigo. It should have been Rodrigo.
Very hard to...
But there we go. Zubi, love him. Absolutely love him.
I will give you another signing of the summer, but possibly could just outshine him. Xhaka for Sunderland. What he's done for Sunderland.
Yeah, no, the X-Man's done well, but no, I think
it's also that price as well.
Yeah, but that's because he's best mates with the owner of Sunderland. So that. But saying that, good. I've not said it was, but Zubimendi for me just takes it because Xhaka. No. Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you're looking at and I've got no issues with Zubimendi saying Zubimendi's signing of the summer, but you know, it's not just me, you, and Mark. There are other fans and other people in the world, and let's be honest, out of every other signing, not many stand out, do they?
Well, you know, I live up in the neck of the woods where Xhaka's playing, mate, and every Sunderland fan that I've spoken to, and I've got quite a few as friends, right? They've all said it's Xhaka that's going to keep us. Don't get me wrong, I know they have to score goals, right?
Yeah.
But it's Xhaka that is going to keep us up this season, and I'd have to agree with them. And I
turn
around and say,
you look like how many players did they lose to AFCON, and they still got a result against Brighton?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, yeah, I get you. But I wanted to say, as a slight negative, and it is a slight negative for Zubi yesterday, because you saw the frustration on his face. He just did a couple of balls which were too long, you know, and every time they don't go right, Zubi's one of them players that shows it on his face, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know? He's very similar to me. If it's not inch perfect, you get frustrated with yourself because you're almost a perfectionist in what you want to do. It has to be, the ball has to be on the spot where you expect it. And whilst that's nice to see, what he's got to make sure is that he doesn't beat himself up and allow that to affect his performance for the rest of the match.
I don't think it will. I think
I don't think it will, but there are chances that you do one or two, you just start beating yourself up a bit. And
right, we've got Mark again. Thanks, Mark. You're keeping the chat going, mate. Much appreciated. I really do. Xhaka for Sunderland is massive, and I hear you. Xhaka has played in the Premier League. Zubi has not. However, I hear you, Rich. So
yeah, I get that, Mark. And as I said, I mean, Zubi would be my shout for signing of the summer, but I was just putting out a name that other people might throw at us because I think I'd be very, very hard to find anyone past those two from any team that's.
And Rich, you're entitled to do so, mate, because it's an opinion. So it's cool. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just thinking that Zubi might be.
As I said, I think Zubimendi, especially if we win the league.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But at this moment in time, you're looking at. I'm taking into account: are we where we expected to be? Yes.
Yeah.
Is that all on Zubimendi?
Oh right, no, I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah. Are Sunderland where we expected them to be? No.
And
are they there because of Xhaka?
Premier League, though, isn't it? That's the Premier League, though, isn't it? Yeah. I get you, bro. I get you, and I love Xhaka, and I bet if you ask Mark,
and I love Zubi as well. But
I love Zubi. I love Xhaka. I get it. I absolutely get it. And I tell you what, as I said before, I've said it in the past.
I'm hoping he'll bring at least two bits of silverware for us this season, and one of them being the league.
Yeah, of course. And regarding Xhaka, I still would have given him a rolling contract at Arsenal, but it didn't happen. So we move on, and it's right. we have to go about possibly the best midfielder, and we got him half price, Declan Rice. We have to.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't. He has to be the best in the top 5 midfielders in the world. I don't. There's not many better than him.
No.
Not what he does. Box to box, can defend, can attack, set pieces, score goals.
He's an all-rounder, isn't he? He's an absolute all-rounder.
Tough tackler. Goes for 90 minutes for England and us pretty much game after game without too many injuries and too much rest.
Straight question, bro. Is he the complete player? Almost, right. Why do you say almost? Break that down for me.
Because I'd still like to see a little bit more offensively from him.
Right, okay.
But get a bit more output from him. But that can come in time, and he hasn't been playing this way for a long time. So he will grow and become better at it and get better. But I don't think there's much more he has to do to become a complete midfielder. It's just consistency and improving on certain metrics and pieces that and if you don't think you can improve, then I think you stagnate and sort of actually go backward. Every player should be looking at how to improve, even if they think they're the best player in the world. I think if you look at Ronaldo and Messi, if they think they can't improve, I'm sure there's areas if you broke it down, you could find for them to improve in.
Absolute fair point, mate. And Mark agrees with you, mate. Just to let you know, best midfielder in the world, but I agree with Rich. He adds goals, and he is there. Totally agree. World class, world class. If he adds goals, and he's actually scored more goals for Arsenal than he did for his whole time at West Ham. So the potential is there.
I mean, if you're looking for a benchmark, your benchmarks are Gerrard, Lampard, and I'd say Scholes was more of an attacking midfielder than a box to box. So, but people will try and compare him to him as well. But I'd say Gerrard and Lampard were the two benchmarks. So you want to be sort of hitting double digits for goals and double digits for assists in a season.
It's not a bad benchmark to have, mate.
No, it's not a bad benchmark. But he's still, for me, one of the best midfielders in the world. There are very few that are going to pip him to the number one spot.
Yeah,
he's in that top five. He's in that top five easily.
Declan is so humble; he will know he has to add goals. Fair comment, Mark. Fair comment. Can't disagree with you, mate. Cannot disagree. And he will. The thing is, he will.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind having a shot outside the 18-yard box either. Do you know what I
mean? He's one of those players that, as a player of your club, you love, but when he's playing against you, you absolutely hate, and we want to see the back end of him.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll move on to Odegaard, right? And this is the same sort of problem with Odegaard, okay? Not the player he was 2 seasons ago for me, and I'm a big Odegaard fan. I was just about to say the same thing, I think, Mark. So I'll put your message up, mate. Can I just say Odegaard is pissing me off? He does not need to drop to our box to build play, and I do love him. Just wish I could scream at him to be the 10 we need. Absolutely agree. Because I tell you now, right? I love Odegaard. You know that. Everybody knows that. Right? What's really annoying me about Odegaard at the moment, right, is he's not shooting, where before he was shooting, he's not shooting. And he has to do these silly little dink passes where he thinks, just shoot. Just fucking shoot, you know? And we're trying to, I think I said it at the Wolves game, mate. Always trying to thread through the eye of a needle.
Well, that's where you are. That's where you're in the part of the pitch he's in. Sometimes that is what you're having to do. But I'm not sure. I don't get so annoyed at him dropping back, but it's there are times, and there are other players in this team guilty of it. They hold the ball too long, and there are chances to feed Gyökeres earlier, and we saw a really good example yesterday. He got the ball, his touch was slightly off, and that allowed the Everton Tarkowski to get back at him, but better touch, and he gets a cleaner shot away.
Yeah, and I totally agree.
But he was fed first time.
Well, we'll talk about Gyökeres in a minute.
But that's what I'm saying. There are times when Odegaard's got the ball and he's driving forward, and he holds on to that ball too long, and then the pass, the best pass has gone, and it doesn't give us the best opportunity to score any longer.
Right, okay. I've got to put this up because it might. Richard, it's uncalled for. Zubi can build play, and so can Saliba.
I get where you're coming from, and I don't disagree with you, Mark. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't piss me off. I can see him dropping in, and I get why he does it, because because it could confuse, might pull another defender out. If and it might open space up because Zubamendi's got 2 players on him and Richy's got 2 players on, so it allows a pass out from the back. And there is a call to say that rather than build up the play, we just go over the top with Raya sometimes and get it forward a bit quicker. But this is what they're coached and have been taught to do in seasons past, and sometimes it's muscle memory, and you've got to break that muscle memory to get it to build something new.
Yeah, but Richie says he doesn't need Odegaard to do that, and that's totally pissing him off. So
yeah, as I said, I agree. I don't disagree with him, but for me, Odegaard dropping deep doesn't personally piss me off. I can see why it pisses him off, and I understand that. But for me, it's about one of those midfielders has to drop deep and pass it. If it's Odegaard there, I want Zubamendi or Royce in Odegaard's position.
Well, let me put it this way, right? Let me throw a spanner in here. Now, when I see the team sheets now and I see Zubamendi and Rice, I get excited. When I see Odegaard on there now, I used to get excited. I don't have this at the moment. I'm not saying it won't change, but at the moment, I don't have the same excitement. So
yeah, and that's fair enough. But for me, he's never been I never saw him as a De Bruyne type.
Right.
I saw him more as an Ozil type, where he would keep the ball moving. It would be that one more pass, that clever little flick, clever little thing just to get the ball away from an opponent and make that opponent run an extra few yards. And what he does defensively, all that closing down, and he does so much for the team that maybe you can say it affects his offensive output, but that's what's being asked of him.
Okay, but I just think he should shoot more. I really do.
You either shoot or you pass. I think he gets stuck in the two, doesn't he, sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to shoot, here's another spanner. If he's not going to shoot, everything goes through Saka, and I understand why it goes through Saka because we talked about it yesterday in the watch-along. But Gyökeres gives him another option now. So if you can't get it to Saka, get it to Gyökeres. And he doesn't seem to do that.
Gyökeres doesn't keep the ball, and that may be and I get the frustration with Gyökeres sometimes that he'll get the ball played to him, he'll keep it at his feet, and then he'll give a silly little pass away, and he won't, and it'll come back at us a bit too quick sometimes, and he's got to improve on that part of his game, but. If you're going to find him, hit him with those early through balls. Hit him so that he can get those shots away. I mean, he had three or four shots yesterday. So, and without the penalty.
Right. So we've covered the midfield. I think we've done that quite in depth.
Yeah.
Right up front. Okay. We'll start with Trossard. Trossard is impressing me this season because I thought, chat, let me know what you think. No. I thought he was going to go in the summer, right? But he's being picked over Martinelli this season.
Yeah, really, I mean, I didn't think he had a fantastic game yesterday. He still had a chance where he should have scored, but I'm willing to give him a little bit of benefit of doubt because it's his. He was injured for a couple games, and he's only just come back from that injury, and he might not be fully fit and up to speed. So, and everyone can have just a slightly off game. But as I said, even so, he had a chance to make it 2-0, and it was a fantastic chance, and he just didn't execute it right. But he was still in that position to do it, and again, he was probably more effective than Martinelli when Martinelli came on, wasn't he? So
yeah, but we'll talk about Martinelli in a minute.
You expect you're in the side, but you're wanting to win a Premier League title, so your expectations have to be of what you're expecting from your wing player. And if you compare him to Saka was a threat all game. Trossard didn't seem to be a threat all game. He was in and out of the game.
Saying that though, he hit the post. I mean,
you'd
usually expect him to put them away.
Yeah, but how many? He don't. I mean, he's not a player to really beat his man. But how often did he produce moments to trouble Everton yesterday?
He seemed to run all game when he was on the pitch. He seemed to run about a lot. You know what I mean? But yeah, they don't.
Yeah, but as I said, it just seems that and as I said, he's just come back from injury, so maybe you can forgive him because he has put up output this season, and he's been our best left-sided midfielder this season. But you as I said, if you want to win a league title, you've got to push. These players have to be pushed to produce to the equivalent of what Saka produces most games. And he'll have a bad game here and there, but he is a threat, and he's our biggest threat on the pitch, even with Gyökeres on the pitch, and that has to. You have to look at your front line if that's the case.
Okay, fair enough. What I like about Trossard, before we move over to Saka, what I like about Trossard is when he's got the ball at his feet, he's very good with the ball at his feet. Hard to tackle. Hard to tackle.
Yeah, he's very intelligent, and he doesn't. As I said, he doesn't necessarily beat his man, yes, just yesterday he was one of those that average game, maybe just slightly above average, 7 if you, but you just when you faced with what Everton put in front of us, you've got one side doing that. You want him on the other side doing similar to cause problems this side. So it makes it harder for Everton to put two players on Saka and that.
Yeah, I get you. Right, go on then, Saka. Yeah, you started on him, but it's true. I mean, two doubled up most of the game.
Well, it was easy. It was his ball to Timber that got deflected and caused Gyökeres to be nudged in the back for a corner that led to the eventual goal. So he was doubled up on, and it was. But once that game started to flow, he started to beat Mykolenko on occasions, and with Grealish not being able to get back and cover, he was causing them problems and bits during that period, and he was drifting infield, he was drifting over to the left, and he was looking to affect the game from all areas of the pitch. And then he had the shot that was blocked on the line. Maybe he could have taken a second and looked at where to place that ball rather than it was more. I've got the ball and it was an instinct to hit it first time.
Yeah.
Maybe just take 2 milliseconds more, and you can beat Tarkowski on who's got behind Pickford to block that ball. But again, those are the margins that could have cost you 2 points in that game or 3 points in that game on another day.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'll mark again. 1 second. Saka is showing improvement. However, if I'm being honest, we needed more from him. We just needed a goal from him yesterday.
As I said, that would be your hypercriticism. That I mean, he had the corner that Pickford punched from under his bar. If Pickford missed that, that was in. It's very similar to the Wolves one, wasn't it? It would have if Pickford misses that, it goes in. It's a goal to Saka. And last week it goes in. It's supposed to goes in off the Wolves keeper, and he doesn't get an assist or any attribute to that goal. But it was all what he did with the corner, and he is always a threat. And teams are always worried about him. So, but yes, there are definitely occasions where you want that final ball that final shot to rustle the back of the net.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll move on to Gyökeres, right? Okay. What I like about Gyökeres, when Saka is being doubled up on, and we've said this before, Gyökeres can drag players off of Saka, which makes Saka afternoon a little bit easier. And I think he did that yesterday as well. He does that. The problem I have with Gyökeres, right, is he can be in the right place a lot of the time, but then he doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, well, he had 3 shots, and only one of them were on target. He created one chance. He had a 60% pass accuracy, which isn't too bad, I suppose. But a 33% shot accuracy. He had 18 touches in the whole game, 7 in the box. He didn't complete one dribble out of 3. He was dispossessed 2 times. He won 29% of his ground duels. He had 7 ground duels. He only won 2 of them. He had one aerial duel out of 4. And that from your main man, the guy that you're wanting to go to and feed off if you're going long, isn't good enough. Sometimes I don't think he was horrible, but it can be better.
Yeah, okay.
It has to be better sometimes.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. I can't. I've got no counter argument. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree. Mark says, Gyökeres is giving this team so much. We need to find him, and he has to find us. We need to get that balance, and when he does, he will explode. Totally agree with you, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, he's tracking towards 12, 13 goals this season in the Premier League. If he does that and he gets 7 or 8 in all other competitions, and he gets 20 plus over all competitions, then he's had a good season.
Yeah, I get you.
Because he's come to us no pre-season. He's had a little injury, and it's a new team, a new league. So if he gets 12, 13 goals in the league, he gets seven or eight in all other competitions. That has to be a reasonable return, and a return that you'd be happy with.
I mean, one thing I saw yesterday, the way he spun off, the way he spins off defenders, and I just wish he'd get that ball where he could just run through. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark isn't wrong. We do have to learn how to feed him, and sometimes he has to gamble on where the ball's going to end up, and maybe make a slightly different run sometimes. But
go on.
That will come, and he'll learn that, and we'll learn that.
But the thing is, as well, it's like you have to feed the beast. But it's like I'm going back to the Wolves game just for a moment, where you said if he'd have stuck his head on it, committed and stuck his head on it, he would have scored.
Yeah,
so if he'd start doing things like that as well.
If he'd launched himself and done a flying header, and Richy said to himself, "I don't care if I'm going to clatter the post and maybe hurt myself," he would have ended up with a goal, and that can be frustrating because you've not had a bad start to the season, but you're being judged differently to other people. So getting something having come back off injury, just to put a bit of doubt in and silence those critics for a moment would have been helpful, and it's so good for your own confidence as well, because most strikers, there are some in the world that don't need but are self-confident and don't worry if they don't score, but most do have a drop in confidence if they're not scoring on a regular basis.
No, that's true. Of course, it could happen to any player, can't it?
Yeah.
Right, substitutions. I think we only made 2 yesterday, didn't we? Martinelli and Jesus. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Did they change?
No, I don't.
Did they change?
I don't think they changed anyone else. So let me have a look.
In fact, he was very minimal on the substitute.
Marino.
Marino, yeah, he came on with about a couple of minutes. So
yeah,
he basically came on.
He came on for Odegaard, didn't he?
Yeah, he came on for a corner, basically, didn't he? So, is there anything you want to say about Martinelli and Jesus and Mourinho before we move on?
Jesus.
Go on.
Probably, the timing of it was a bit thing for me. I was expecting a little later, but fair enough. Martinelli was, I expected that. And Marino made sense because you're just looking to rest Odegaard and keep that midfield quite solid. And to be honest, Marino put a through ball in there for Gyökeres that was sublime. It hit the back of Gyökeres' heel, and Tarkowski nearly put it in the back of his own net. So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, Jesus wasn't his most effective game, but it's Everton. Those defenders are quite sturdy and robust, and he's just come back from injury, and
it was to get minutes into Jesus' legs, wasn't it?
Yeah, and again, he's probably one I'd expect to see starting against Crystal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And Gyökeres coming off the bench, but just to get, because you've got Villa, you've got Brighton, and then Villa after that.
Yeah. Right, mate. So let's just break down the goal and other incidences that happened quickly in the match, and then we'll have a look at Arsenal versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So Nothing, as we said, Arsenal didn't really do much for the first 20 minutes, first 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
And then 20, 24 minutes, O'Brien, he was having a flipping, he lost his mind, him, but he shoved Gyökeres into the goal,
Yeah.
and he did shove him. You saw a shove. In your opinion, was that a penalty?
It wasn't a penalty.
No?
There was not enough contact for me. Gyökeres should have been a bit stronger, especially again. You're looking for goals. You know that ball's coming. You stay a little stronger. You score from a header.
I want to get Mark's point of view on this. Mark, was it a penalty?
But it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't enough contact for me to say that's clear and definitely a penalty.
Well, let's see what Mark. Let us know if you thought it was a penalty, mate. And if anybody else wants to let us know as well, let us know what you thought. He says O'Brien, the best goalkeeper catch I've ever seen. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? We'll get into that in a second. Okay. Yeah, Mark agrees with you. No, it was not a penalty. Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to see if we could get a little bit of something going, but no, it's fair enough. It's an opinion. It's cool. Yeah, so onto the corner. O'Brien was playing basketball, wasn't he, Rich?
Well, he's obviously under pressure or feels under pressure. And I've heard some people saying, "Oh, you got to jump with your arms," but you jump, your arms wouldn't be in that position when you're using your arms for leverage to jump. He just panicked, and he was hoping to get away with it, and he didn't. Thankfully, VAR saw it. I don't understand why it took the referee at the monitor so many watches to come to that conclusion, but.
Sorry, mate.
I mean, I'd have been embarrassed as a volleyball player for that, because if you're going to set that was a pull set for me.
I like what Mark's put here, mate. I've got to put it on the screen. O'Brien is Brian's favourite keeper now.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, even Moy said that it's unexplainable.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't be doing things like giving stuff like that away.
It was a stonewall penalty, mate. I don't know why the Everton players were protesting. It was a stonewall. Right. So, me and you said, who do you think is going to take it, Gyökeres or Saka? And you went Saka, didn't you?
Well, Saka's probably the main. Is the number one keeper. I could understand why you wouldn't do it, because him and Pickford are England teammates. They probably practice penalty a lot, and that and you don't want, and they know each other, so you want to take that, neutralise that advantage. Odegaard at times takes them, but I wouldn't be confident of him. And Gyökeres has such a great penalty record in Portugal that he's taken some already this season. That he would be the natural one for me to take it if Saka didn't.
I must admit, I was thinking that, hold on, they would have been practicing penalties for England, so Saka couldn't take it really. But no, I didn't want Odegaard to take it. Sorry, I wanted Gyökeres to take it, mate, and he did, and he hit it like a flipping bat out of hell. It was
I mean, he scared the leather out of the ball, didn't he?
Yeah, mate. I mean that the ball ended up as a balloon, didn't it? He hit it that hard, and to be honest, Pickford. All right, he dived the right way, but he was.
I wouldn't want my balls being kicked that hard.
No. You'd be singing up an octave, wouldn't you, or a couple of octaves? Do you know what I
mean? I'll be crying into next year.
Yeah, I think you'd be weeing out your mouth as well. Pickford could have had all day to get there. He was never going to get there.
Yeah, he'd have broken his fingers or his wrist if he got something to that.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah. He'd have had a broken hand. No bother. But anyway, so that was in the 26th minute, and it was a pretty flat. Well, not flat. It was. We controlled the midfield for the first half, didn't we? Most definitely.
Yeah, we could. I mean, we controlled the game in the first half.
Yeah.
And
Everton didn't really
no
get
matter what Everton tried, they had no success in what they were trying.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I've got to say, the stadium, mate, brilliant stadium. You could hear the Arsenal fans the whole game.
Yeah, and you could. It is quite an acoustic ground. The noise reverberates around it quite well, and it makes it quite a vociferous place for opposition teams to go. The noise stays in there. So,
and then if we move on to the second half, I mean, we basically started as we finished, didn't we? And obviously, I think Trossard missed the post first. Have I got that right? Round the right way, or was it Saka's attempt first? I can't actually remember.
It was Saka's attempt first.
Oh, was it? Okay, so talk us through the Saka attempt, mate.
Lovely work down the right. Timber gets it, cuts, could have squared it along 6-yard box for Gyökeres. Wasn't the easiest, and he chose a simple pass to Saka in space, and Tarkowski blocked the shot. I think Saka's got to do better there and find a space where between Tarkowski and the player O'Brien, rather than straight at Tarkowski. But the ball's come to him and he's hit it first time and it's on target. It's just knowing Saka, knowing a second would have just killed Everton completely.
Oh yeah, it would have killed the game.
It'd have taken the fight completely out of them. It was disappointing.
To be honest, when you see Saka cut in like that, you expect him to score, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Trossard, and then obviously we move on. The Trossard miss. I mean, I thought if he'd have only just got a bit, if he'd have got a bit more bend on that, that would have been a goal and a half. And Mark is actually saying, Trossard miss would have been goal of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good goal, and a good team play to get to that point.
Yeah,
and you can see when he hits it more so that it doesn't curl enough. He needed to get more on the ball. He put round the ball more than he did.
I mean, sorry, go on, mate. Go on.
But saying that, he's in the position, and you sometimes that's going to happen. You're not going to make the perfect connection.
No.
And again, it's one that would have taken the fight out of Everton, and it wouldn't then have been so much of an issue had the referee given Everton the penalty and they'd scored from it.
Talking about
you were already, by only being one goal up, you were walking that tight line of having a decision go against you, and costing you points.
We nearly did, didn't we, with the Saliba?
And I told when we were doing commentary, I said that's a penalty. I still stand by that.
No, yeah, you did, and
Royce did it to. I want to say it was Romero in the Tottenham game. It might have been another. It might have even been Porro, but I can't. It was a Tottenham player, and he kicked through the Everton player.
As we say, mate, we got away with one there, didn't we?
Yeah, and then you also we had, I think it might have been might have been a City game and an Aston Villa game where one Jesus had it twice. One was given and one wasn't. The City game it wasn't, and the Villa, I think in the Villa game it was, where the player kicked through his foot as he was trying to bring it out, kick it, he got a touch and he kicked Jesus his foot. So they have been given, and they, and of course we've seen incidents they haven't. But for me, it was that should have been a penalty to Villa.
That decision going in our favour settled us down for the second half as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it woke us up a bit, because you'd seen before that Villa players were appealing anything that looked like it might be a handball or something in and around that box area. They were appealing. I mean, Barry went down. He got kicked on the Achilles, so that's going to be a bit painful. But he went back. He went down, and he was making sure he was heard and seen. And it's you've just got to be a little bit smarter in those situations, because I don't think both were going for the ball, and Barry was quicker to it. But it's like the Zubimendi one where he misplaces his pass, and then he has to commit a foul just outside the box.
Oh yeah, there was that incident as well, wasn't there? But
Yeah.
it was outside the box, and then it wasn't even giving us a foul. So
yeah,
you know,
but it was a clear foul. But you've got to be so careful with those sort of things.
Yeah, but when you're trying to win the league, sometimes decisions have to go your way, and it did yesterday. It did with the Saliba incident, you know.
Yeah, but we still got to call out that officiating,
of course,
because that was that bit of officiating by VAR was poor.
Yeah.
You can understand the referee getting it wrong because it's a high-paced game. You it's hard to know precisely whether what that kick is, what the contact is, and that's why VAR's there to clear it up. And
well, it's like what we said in the watch along, mate. Sometimes VAR works and sometimes VAR doesn't.
Yeah, and it just, but you.
But how many decisions have gone against Arsenal in the past, mate?
Yeah.
How many decisions have gone against Arsenal?
If that's the other end, and that's Tarkowski on Gyökeres or somebody else, or Jesus, I'm wanting a penalty. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've got to keep the same energy for Everton.
No,
they should have had the penalty.
I get that. Here we go. That was a Stonewall pen. If that was against us, I would be raging. We all would. Yeah, exactly. And that's what Richy said.
Thank you, Mark. And as I said, we've got to be fair. It's very hard because knowing that penalty would have probably resulted in us drawing the game. But we don't get any any improvements in refereeing it if we hide behind well, we got away with one, it's okay. It's not okay. Everton were done out of a penalty, and we got lucky. We came away with 3 points.
Mark's on fire tonight, Rich. I've got to say, Mark is on fire. Listen, look, VAR had a bad weekend. Newcastle should have had a Stonewall one as well.
Yeah, I mean, what weekend do they have? Do they not have a bad weekend?
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
I mean, I struggle to find a weekend, and we're only 17 weeks into the season, where the Premier League, the VAR and PDOML hasn't made a complete howler.
Why are we always talk? I mean, they make it so we always talk about them, but why are we always talking about them? At the end of the day, it's all about incompetency, isn't it? Being incompetent.
It's about consistency, yeah. I mean, I will give the referees on the pitch a little leniency because they're seeing things with a naked eye, and the eye is the easiest thing to fool. But you've got a video camera there. You can slow down, have multiple angles. You can see what's actually happened, and yet you still don't get the decision right. That's the problem.
Yeah,
for me.
Exactly.
And I did with my PTO, my referee one, 96% decisions right. That's good. That sounds brilliant. But the 4% they get wrong are howlers.
It's game changers. It's game changer.
And we're talking about that 4% too much.
Cheers for that,
has
Mark.
to change, and that will relegate a Burnley, it will relegate a Wolves or a West Ham.
Yeah, it will. It will.
And it can cost a Man City, a Liverpool, or an Arsenal, or a Man United a title. Or
the flip side of it as well, though, mate, is it can also show favouritism.
It definitely could. You could definitely, and you can see why there is an argument that referees are corrupt and biased and all that. But I just think it is pure incompetency and pure inconsistency. But again, if you don't have a league table where referees get relegated and promoted, they're not PGMO aren't fined, and just say sorry and nothing happens. And what about the clubs? So if you lose a game, you don't get those 3 points back. You don't get anything. You get an apology. What does the apology do?
I mean, let's Mark again. Mark, you're absolutely on fire tonight, mate. Well done. Thanks a lot. There is no need for them to do it, Rich. And honestly, you two should do a podcast on this. It's a hot topic. And just to say
thank you. I am looking to revisit it.
I mean, do you know what, Mark? I'd love to. And do you know what, mate? Do you know what? It's got to the point now where it's making an absolute mockery of the game. Because, there's nothing worse, right? You watch your Arsenal play on whatever day of the week, or any team play, because it doesn't just happen to Arsenal. So I'll be absolutely across the board, right? Any team plays on any day of the weekend, right? There's nothing worse than when you watch Ref Watch, and then they go, "Well, actually, we made a mistake there, but we're not going to give you the 3 points. We're just going to apologise," like Richard said. I can only back up what Richard's saying, and that is what's ruining the game. Because an apology from a flipping cardboard referee don't mean jack diddly when you need those 3 points, when you're chasing a title, which could win you or lose you the title. Those apologies don't mean jack diddly squat.
And I would like to know why the automated referee system was down yesterday. What? Why wasn't that up and running and checked and made sure that was perfectly working before game started yesterday?
If you've implemented these new cameras, right, use them. That's what they're there for. That's what the teams are paying. That's what the teams are paying. Sorry, Rich, can I just? But that's what the teams are paying big money for. So these stupid errors don't happen, and fans lose their. I'm going to say it, mate. Excuse my language. Fans lose their shit, and they've paid. We've got in the Emirates, as an example, we've got cameras everywhere now, right? Because we were one of the first teams to use it, and yet they're not being used.
My thing, and I've got I suppose it's a question, right?
I'll bring that one back up in a second, Mark. Go ahead, mate. Go on.
Is we're told that they'll announce the decision when it gets to a contentious, and I see it week in, week out. That they go to the screen, they make their decision, they turn the mic on, and you've got 30-second gap before they speak, and it's like you're watching a South American, badly South American dub. Yeah.
It's like a kung fu move, isn't it? You want to fight?
And the problem is you don't know what they've discussed beforehand. There is no clarity. It's just whatever the referee on the pitch side decides he's going to say.
It's like yesterday, dude. It's like yesterday. It's my decision that the Everton player in the box handballed so it's a penalty. Well, no, we need to hear what VAR said to you as well. Do you know what I mean?
We need to hear that whole process so it's transparent and we understand how you got to that decision. Even if we know, even if we watch it back at home on the television screen, or we're watching it at home on the television screen, and we know, we still like to know what got you to that point.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. And Mark says, "There's 100%. I could not agree more. This will cost the team 100 million. Trust me." Yeah, it could do.
Yeah, and
big money. It's big money decisions.
Yeah, and it's something I said there should be a fine system for PGM or WOW, and it should be based on an independent panel judging it and say, well, if you've cost Team A 3 points, how much million would they jump to place? How much million is that?
What Mark says,
and you have to pay that team. Yeah, you have to pay that.
100 million, bro. It's like yesterday, Gyökeres annoyed me and you. He got a silly yellow card for kicking the ball away.
Yeah.
You know? It's mate, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, there was a sillier one in the game before, that Romero. And the players like that frustrates me as a fan. There was no need for Gyökeres to get that yellow.
No.
And that means he can't make a tackle, or if he goes for a ball and he gets it wrong, he's off.
Well, that's another reason why I was took off yesterday, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just
the frustration. It's the frustration.
Yeah, that rashness, and when there's no need.
Yeah.
Don't give a ref a reason to give you a yellow card, and make the rest of your game and your team's game difficult.
Yeah, agree. I totally agree.
Because refs will give yellows for anything if you allow them to.
Right, mate. Before we get onto the Crystal Palace review, your thoughts on Arteta yesterday and the game?
Well, he got. I mean, you can argue, should he have gone with Eze, Odegaard, and Rice, and that's just pure opinion. But we got a 1-0 win. He got the subs. The subs came in on and contributed to that. So I'd say a 7 out of 10, because it's a win. The performance wasn't brilliant, but you've got job done when you're when you know City's won and you're second in the table, and you've got a win to go back to top.
Yeah. Mr. Tom has joined us. Good evening, Mr. Tom.
Hi, Mr. Tom.
Good to have you here, mate. Yeah. Great result for you yesterday. Absolutely smashed.
A fantastic result for you. I mean, 4-1 against Palace. Palace is a decent side. So
yeah, and we're about to review them against Arsenal in a second, mate.
Brings sort of Fulham and that into your touching, into your reach now, and drags another team into that relegation dogfight. You're looking to put teams in between you and that 18th spot, so you can stay up and survive, and you're doing yourself wonders. I mean, I thought Fark would be gone by this point, but he has learned, and he's getting results. So
Got to
hats
say,
off to him.
Mr. Tom, as well. Leeds are giving Calvert-Lewin a new lease of life by the looks of it. And is it Ambidou? Ambidou scored his first Premier League goal yesterday, so all positive. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you've got to be thrilled with any 4-1 win, no matter who it's against.
Well, let's talk about the Crystal Palace thing now, mate. If Leeds can put 4 past them, can we put 8 past them?
Right. What you've got to think is they'll probably not play the way they did against.
No, I know. They
had a very tricky game against in midweek where they had to expend a lot more energy, and they probably were against the Finnish side, Cups, I think it was, which ended in a draw.
It's called Cups.
On Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they played Saturday. Now they're playing, and even though the Cups game was a much changed side, he still had to put on the likes of Mateta and stuff to get see that game out. And again, are they going to be able to rotate heavily against us? If they rotate heavily, that weakens them and gives us a better chance of winning.
Plus, they've got AFCON players at the AFCON as well.
I think it's going to be a tough game, and we know from our last game it was tough and tight. We should have maybe won that 2 or 3-0, but I'm expecting sort of a similar sort of result. So I like Glasner as a coach.
He's a good coach. Yeah, I agree.
So, and he's one of the best young and up and coming. But I'm going to. I think it's to be a tough. For me, I think it's a somewhat altered lineup.
I was going to say, should we try and predict the lineup, mate? Do you want to try and predict
it? We can go do that.
Right, Raya in goal.
No,
you don't think so?
Kepa in goal.
Okay, I just thought the clean sheet, maybe Raya. All right, let's.
But I think I believe Kepa can keep a clean sheet even.
No, yeah, I too. Okay, I tell you what. We'll see if we disagree on all of it, right? So we'll go Kepa in goal, right? No problem. Okay, back 4, right? Ben's not going to be there, right? Ben White's not going to be there, so it's going to be Timber.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the middle, if Mosquera was available, I would have gone Mosquera Hencape, but it's going to be Saliba Hencape.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Guys, put it in the chat. Mark, put it in the chat. If you've got a different lineup, it's not set in stone. If you've got a different lineup, put it in. Lewis Skelliott, left back.
Yeah.
Now this is where it's going to get interesting in the midfield. Hoosh. Zubamendi.
No.
No? Okay, who are you putting in instead of Zubamendi?
I'd probably start Rice.
Okay. You'd start Rice. Okay. So Rice then, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Eze.
Yeah.
Maybe Ethan?
Yeah. I mean, your choice there is Ethan or Marino.
Well, I think you would go Marino then.
You might go Ethan Marino and have Eze on the left, but that it's I'd like possibly see Ethan getting minutes there. I think he's probably the one that would start over Marino if anything.
Okay, all right. There you go, Mr. Tom. Mark's glad to see you. There we go, Mr. Tom. Right. So who did we just say in the midfield? Declan, Eze, and who you going?
Waneri.
Are you going Waneri then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just said that there could be an option there where you went Marino, Marino, Nwaneri, Eze out on the left, but
Right. Okay. So up front then, yeah. Up front.
Yeah.
Hashtag marking. Most definitely. Hashtag marking. There we go. Up front. Madweke.
On the right, yes.
Yes. Gyökeres.
No. Jesus to start.
Okay. All right. I'm letting you have final say on this one, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
Gyökeres comes on, but
later on.
Jesus starts, yeah.
Jesus starts, right. So does Martinelli start or Trossard then?
I prefer Trossard, but this is a cup game, and you need to rotate, and we've got Brighton and Villa coming up in quick succession. So then Bournemouth and Liverpool. So rotation here is necessary. So I would go Martinelli to start.
Well, Mark is kind of agreeing with you and kind of not, but I'll read it out. No chance Ethan makes Eze in the 10 and Martinelli on the left, Noni on the right. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
it's a good shout, Mark. It's a great shout. It's a great shout. Right. Whew. So let's run through it again from goalkeeper all the way through. Right.
Yeah.
Kepa.
Yeah, Kepa.
Simba.
Yeah.
Saliba.
Yeah.
Henkape.
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rice.
Yeah.
Eze.
Yeah.
Mark saying no chance Ethan. So are we going to go Marino?
Yeah. Or
would you put
you could have Eze in the 10, drop Norgard as a 6, and have Rice as the left 8.
Yeah, all right. So we chuck Norgard in there then?
Yeah, chuck Norgard into the 6 then.
Are you all right with us chucking Norgard in, Mark? We're going to chuck Norgard in. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you still keep you still have Rice's energy and combativeness, and you give Zubi a bit of rest.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm cool with that. And then up front we have O'Brien to make Brian happy. Yeah, but get him in January. We'll have to get him in January, Mark.
I don't like ginger. Yeah. unless I'm eating it, I don't like ginger.
Right. So and then up front we're saying Noni on the right, Jesus down the middle.
Jesus is definitely down the middle.
Down the middle, and then Mark's gone for Nelly. You're going for Trossard. Is that right?
No, I said Nelly start over Trossard.
Oh, you did say Nelly
because
start.
I'd prefer Trossard, but he needs a rest as well, and we've got to rotate.
Yeah, that's what we said, Mark. We said Timber, Saliba, Henkape, MLS. We said that.
It's definitely it's the only option. There's no other option there at the moment.
Nah,
I suppose you could put Marley Salmon, but I don't see us rotating that heavily.
No, I don't.
I think he'll still put out a decent squad, but I expect maybe 4 or 5 changes in it.
He's agreed with the Norgard one though, mate. He's gone with us with the Norgard, Mourinho, and Eze. He said.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad shout. But the reason I went Rice over Marino was just that he's a little bit more combative.
You could always bring him on.
You could bring Marino on after 55 minutes or so, couldn't you?
He's gone Noni, Jesus, Martinelli. So yeah. Do you know what? That's sounding pretty strong actually. And as you say, the back four we can't really do much with at the moment.
No.
Norgard doesn't get the credit he deserves. I personally, I don't think. I don't know what you guys think. He's a good player, and these are the games you can play him in. And I like the front three as well. I've got to say. So yeah, I can't. Yeah. Threats from Palace are obviously going to be Mateta, Eddie, Sarr,
Mateta, Sarr, Gahey. You've got
Henderson. Henderson
got-
is a good Henderson is a good keeper.
Yeah, Wharton maybe.
Well, they're going to go strong, aren't they? Because they have to, don't they?
Yeah, they haven't got. They can swap it about, but if they make too many changes, and we went strong, they'd be definitely out. Whereas if they look at it and think, well, we're not in the league, we're not going to be Europe's about where we're going to get anyway. We might as well go and try and get ourselves another cup and get us another bit of silverware in the League Cup and go a bit stronger in that section.
Mark says that Palace rotated their squad at the weekend and they're going strong. They'll be going strong.
Yeah, that's what I expect. I expect them to go strong.
Yeah. But if we control the midfield and the back four do what they're good at,
yeah, we're at home as well, so that's
we have got home advantage, haven't we? So,
we have home advantage, so I expect us to make that count.
Yeah. Right, I think that's a good point. We're nearly finished, Rich. I want to move on to something that I've got to say absolutely annoys me. Absolutely, where I'm from, I'm going to say it boils my piss. Right? Okay, and I'm sorry, I've got to say it like that. Hold on, Mr. Thomas just saying something quickly. Palace rested players for the Leeds game. Went well for them. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to go all the way back to the Wolves game, and then the Everton game tomorrow. Right? Yesterday. Sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Right. All right. 2 own goals. Right. But there's still a section of the fans, right, that are, oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Well, when you're chasing for a championship, when you're chasing for a championship, right, sometimes the luck has to go your way. And 2 own goals has happened. What happened, right? I'm fed up with this. It's not good enough. Arteta should lose his job. It's not good enough. Yesterday, right, 1-0 at Everton. Oh, we played crap. We did this. We did that. Yeah, we got the 3 points, people. We got the 3 points. Look at it now, right? 2 points clear at Christmas, right? Okay, we got the 3 points. What more can you do? And we are top of the Champions League. And there's still Arsenal fans out there that are crying, not happy, blah, blah, blah. Rich, I'm going to bring this message up from Mark, and then I'm going to come back to you, mates. Just 1 second. Des, the fans for weekday games are horrendous. We need to step up as a fan base. Totally, Mark. That's what I'm trying to get into now, mate. This part of the show. What's your thoughts on it, Rich? There's no more that Arsenal as a team can do.
I will criticise the Wolves' performance. It wasn't good enough. There can be explanations. Rice was sick, so he wasn't fully fit, and he played to the best of his ability, but and we weren't training and fitness and etc. And yesterday,
yes, mate. Go on, Karen.
Yesterday we weren't. That wasn't a scintillating performance. That wasn't a top, a fantastic performance, but it was a good performance, and it was good enough to get us 3 points at the Hill Dickinson Stadium away at Everton, a team we struggled to beat, especially under Arteta. And as I said, it was a good performance. It was, and sometimes that's all you need. You needed 3 points. You've had a nice week's rest. You've got some training, and you're able to kick on again. So I don't expect fantastic football until February, March, April time, when we're coming to the end of the season. That's when I want to see us at our best. I don't want to see us at our best now. The season isn't won now, but you can lose you can lose it in this period.
The point is, right? The point is, we got 3 points.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
got,
Celebrate.
you've also got to remember we know we have to win yesterday. That has to put a certain amount of pressure on, knowing that your main rivals have won. So you've got to win.
Yeah.
That has to play a part in how that pressure has to play a part in how the players play.
Mr. Tom, just to let you know, Mark loves you. No, but that's it, mate. At the end of the day, we need to focus on what we're doing, right? And end of the day, we're 2 points clear. We have to do what Arsenal need to do. Plus, if Man City win, we have to win. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah. We just have to match Man City, or better them till the end of the season.
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
And if we do that, we win the league.
Yeah, but why is there a section of the fan base, Rich, that, as I said, this week Arsenal couldn't have done any more this week than what they have done. The 3 points against Wolves, all right, 2 own goals, I get it, 2 own goals, right? The letdown, obviously, at Aston Villa, that was a letdown, but it happened.
But you look at the week we'd had. Was it Chelsea and Bruges in that week?
Yeah, we smashed.
What?
We smashed Club Brugge. We smashed them.
But we put a lot into those 2 games, didn't we?
Yeah.
And maybe and we went in the Villa. I think Arteta. You look at Arteta in the Villa game and say, "Did you get your approach wrong?" We went sort of for man for man, and we tried to do what we did to Everton and smother them. And Villa were hitting the diagonals and exploiting the spaces. They were able to do that. So maybe you've got it a bit wrong, but Villa are a top side. They're only 3 points behind us. They're a side fighting for Europe.
Do you not think they'll fall away? But also, they were in a relegation. They were in the relegation before, weren't they? And it just shows how much they've changed and come back.
Watkins wasn't hitting goals. They were struggling, but they were always better than that position. They were never going to stay in that. And I always say you don't take notice of the league table until after 13 games, because up to that point, one win shoots you 6 or 7 places. After 13 games, one win doesn't shoot you 6 or 7 places. It only shoots you up 1 or 2 places. So it's more reliable. Your position is more reliable, and from that point on, teams don't go from 17th to 3rd, sort of thing. Yeah. They might move up 2 or 3 places here and there, or drop 2 or 3 places, but there's not massive movement.
Right. Cheers, Mark. Gents, amazing show. People, give these guys a follow. They are putting out amazing content.
Thank you, Mark.
Cheers, Mark.
Appreciate that. Love the support. Thank you. And you, Mr. Tom, as well. We love you that you've come on and supported us on the Sunday.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But also, just to return the favour to
please like and subscribe, because I've shown you my nice new top, and who doesn't want to see unicorns and dildos?
I don't know. But just to return the favour to Mark as well, don't forget, guys, in the description there are links to In the North Bank, Ashburton Grove, which is Mark's new channel. He's really trying to make it grow. He's got a show on there with Dan Potts. Go and give that a look. The guys there, Sean and Brian, with him, and they're going to be doing stuff with us in the future. So it's going to be.
Me and Mark have got one planned. Probably not this week, because I've got meetings coming out on Tuesday, and so won't be able to do it, but just after Christmas. And that'll be a top 5 Scottish players for Arsenal. We're planning on, and we are planning to do maybe a top 5 Premier League as well. Which order that'll be in, and we haven't discussed, but it'll be that. So
that will be a good show. I'm looking forward to the top 5 Scottish players. Yeah, but guys, as I say, in the description, there's links to the Ashburton Grove. Go and show the guys some love. They're pumping out the content as well. Gunner Richy, obviously, 2 old Gunners in the North Bank, and obviously we are on in the North Bank tonight. And to be honest, we're just trying to get this channel to grow, and we'll do anything we can to help it grow. So if you could click on those, and don't forget as well.
You heard him.
What?
Pay the money, he'll shred. He said he'd do anything to make this channel grow.
Yeah, whatever. And don't forget as well, guys, later on there will be the QR codes for the big Sunday quiz show and the QR code for the Discord. Get involved with them. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And who doesn't love a quiz? Before we go, good night, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mr. Tom. And we'll be in touch. And have a great one, mate. Have a great one.
And just one thing, remember, people.
Go on.
You get us to 5K. Mark's still going to taser me.
Oh yeah.
And if you get him to 5K as well, he'll taser special parts of my body on top of it.
Oh my God! I might have to have a word with my daughter about the taser. So I'll get a heavy duty.
I'll clean it afterwards. I promise.
Yeah, Mr. Tom, Mark's wishing you a Merry Christmas. And 100% apparently. Yeah, do this, guys. Get us to 5K, both channels. That would be brilliant. And then you would get a show. I tell you, you would absolutely get a show. Right. So before we go, yes, Richard, thank you very much for this show tonight, mate. It's been absolutely brilliant.
I've enjoyed it, mate.
Yeah, it's been really good. And I think we've covered everything. Have we missed anything out, do you think?
Bonnie Blue? I don't know.
No, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only subject we haven't covered, really, isn't it? Bonnie Blue?
Yeah. So,
Would she look good in an Arsenal kit?
You too, Mark. You too. I
like you too. Great man.
A great big thank you to everybody who's been in the chat. Let me get it. Mr. Tom, obviously Mark, you've kept the chat going all night, mate. Thanks a lot, fella. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It's been a really good show for you being part of it as well. Ange, Russ, and Emerson. I don't think I've missed anybody out, have I?
No, I don't think there was anyone else in.
No.
But if you were in the show but didn't comment, we thank you for the support. So
yeah, if you're watching the show but didn't comment, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to. We appreciate it. Right, guys. As I say, right, we obviously the next match is at Arsenal Crystal Palace. Right. Have a great Christmas. I mean, we will be doing more content before Christmas probably, but have a great Christmas, all of you. Look after each other, love each other, take care of each other. Get yourself a unicorn t-shirt like Richard if you want to. If it's what makes you happy, just do it.
Look at that beauty, eh?
And don't, that dildo. Oh, for goodness
sake.
Dildo. And don't forget, right, tell the ones you love.
What's more pleasing?
You just a favourite. Shut up. I'm trying to do an outro. No, but tell your loved ones you love them because life's too short. And if you've got to apologise for things you've done, do it. Because at the end of the day, the new year is a new start. But anyway, I don't want to get all mushy and philosophical. Right. Here's to the new year and Arsenal winning the Champions League and the league. Come on, you Gunners.
And if you want a t-shirt like this, subscribe.
Yeah.
I'll make one with a special saying for you.
Oh God. That's so scary. But until next time, guys, take care of each other, love each other, and all that stuff. And don't forget, come on, you Gunners. Richard, there's your cue.
Up with the Arsenal.
Take care of yourselves. Peace. We're out of here.